What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Vitoverse. This is episode 29. So moving quite along, quite along. And we have finally hit our 100 subscriber mark, which was a true
Yay.
blessing. So I'd like to thank y'all for that kind of support. And we will be doing the raffle this week is so the winner is going to be announced Monday on a special video. So stay tuned for that, guys. But thank you for the kind support. So today we're picking up from where we left off. I want to say what 2 weeks ago on our last live or whatever. We're picking up with a little anime talk, but first we're gonna, in honor of the video that actually pushed us to that 100 subscriber mark. We're gonna actually start talking about a little bit of hip hop, and trust me, guys, it's gonna merge into the anime. So don't be too concerned on it. You know what I'm saying? I got a plan. I got a plan. But we got a special guest again. Jay, how you feeling today, man?
What's up, everybody? Hope everybody having a good evening.
Round two.
Yes, sir. We have the usual suspects, my two co-hosts, Sandstorm and Noto. What's cracking?
Yep.
I'm just over here getting fat. It's the weekend, so
Look. You're not the only one because I got my food here. I'm still working on after I finish streaming.
I'm like in a whole workout mode. But Sylvester Stallone said, when he was doing Rocky, he ate real good during the week, and he said he gets sloppy during the weekend. So I'm just I like the way he no homo, but I like the way he presented, himself in that movie. So I'm like, yeah, let me do it just like that.
For sure,
I
for sure.
mean, no wrong with that.
You need some,
Nah.
some cheat days, man. You know?
Yeah, I get a whole cheat weekend, and plus kids,
But
they can't eat
no,
healthy
no.
every day.
Look, I get a cheat day easily because of the fact that I'm freaking a pescatarian, so I can eat fish all day long and they ain't gonna kill me.
No, I mean,
Yes, sir.
Yo,
All right,
y'all
so
the stand upstairs.
oh,
Sorry, my bad.
no, you good, you good. So what's for our icebreaker? We're gonna do our original icebreaker, what we did when we first started. So our first episode, we had Sandstorm on there, and me and him, we said what are the things that we listening to as of right now. Now, honestly, it can be anything. It don't have to be hip hop. It can be soul music. It can be classical, whatever. Country, whatever. You know what I mean? So we're gonna start off with our guest today, Jay. What are you listening to, man?
I'm gonna be good. So, no, honestly, to be completely honest, I've just been listening to a lot of soul music and some like '90s hip hop, a lot of Outkast, Dungeon Family. That's what I've been listening to. I haven't really been listening to a lot of stuff lately. Ever since a certain song came out that involves that the remix came out for that involves folding chairs and what? I'm talking about wrestling.
Oh, the Stone Cold.
Wrestling.
Stone Cold. Oh, okay.
Wrestling.
Wrestling, he says.
Yeah.
So,
I've just been listening to like just old music and just like Dungeon Family. That's pretty much all I've been listening to for the past couple of weeks. Been on the soul music kick lately for some reason.
For sure. You gotta get to the roots, man. You gotta get, stick to your roots. You know what I mean? So, Sandstorm, what about you?
So I almost want to say it's almost nearly the same as our first conversation. So I really don't go too far outside of my box. Gospel rappers, yeah. I listen to a lot of that. 90s techno, because you can always find something as a producer. You can always find something scorching hot off of 90s techno.
Right.
Something that I've been listening to just out of pure enjoyment, not like, I'm trying to come up with a beat or anything like that, but jazz, but not your classical style jazz. As a matter of fact, the three people excuse me, that I've been listening to is Soil and Pimp.
Mhm.
Which those guys are crazy. Like I swore I swore on everything they were black. They're not. Um they're not white either.
Mhm.
Um so they've got amazing work. Papa's Brand New Pig Bag is like my joint. It's
Mhm.
also Baby Sandstorm's joint. But they're kind of along the lines of and this is the other group, the Seatbelts. And if you know anything about the Seatbelts, they are really well known for all the cowboy bebop joints.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
them. So they've got a few joints that are like, wait a minute, did y'all do these for anime or is this like actually y'all? They're hot too.
Mm.
And then the other guy is Avishai Cohen. I would love to go see this guy in concert because he plays a bass, and man, he be plucking that bass like it's a violin. You know, he goes at it. But um, I like a lot of that stuff. Shout outs to the brass band. Um, and a few others. I feel like there's another Atlanta. They're from Atlanta, but I feel like there's another Atlanta group that I really listen to. Shout outs to Robert Glasper.
Mm.
Uh,
Okay.
I know he won the BET Awards over Chris Brown. One of them. I know it was a whole big ordeal, and Chris was all like, "Who does anybody even know who that is?" Like, I know who that is, but
Right. Right.
yeah. But yeah, a lot of jazz, man, and not just slow, like sensual jazz, like that stuff that's way out, that's got an ADD person's like name all over it. You like, oh, all these sounds, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely check those out if you like jazz or you want to hear something a little motivating and something a little bit different that doesn't really have words. So yeah.
Oh, what about you?
Right now I've been kind of I'm out all over the place when it comes to music. I've been been going back into listening to Michael Jackson for a little while because there's certain stuff that it'll just kind of resonate with me. I've been listening to, I guess, the Escape album and some of his older stuff, and then out of random, it'll just like give me some other stuff like Sade or Janet Jackson or anyone else. Um, just those kind of music at the time, because I have these moments where I can be to myself and I'll end up thinking about my grandmother and, from everything. So for anyone who doesn't know, like, because my grandmother passed and it's been a good couple, like good few months it's been. So I do have those moments where I'll go back and listen to some old stuff, like Michael Jackson, some stuff from Janet, Isley Brothers, different things like that at the time. So I'll have those moments where I do that. But at certain point in times, if I want to be like motivated, just keep moving, keep like dancing and everything else, I'll listen to random subtitles, certain anime musics that catch my attention, which is like the opening song to was it Hell's Paradise or
That one's good.
some yeah, that one, or Chainsaw Man would be another
Mhm.
one. So there's those, or I'll just sometimes I'll look at some TikTok videos and then there was some songs that I'm like, I never heard this one, like JO22 I just heard, which was surprising, which I like how it sounds, even though it's a little short, but I still like it for how the beat is. Something that has a good groove to listen to whatsoever, or something I can just like keep going. And I think the last thing I listened to are basically stuff I've been doing every Monday, which is like my stream every Monday, which is the Dance Dance Revolution workouts, where I'll listen to a bunch of Dance Dance Revolution music just to keep my mind going. Okay, this is how the beat goes. This is how the tempo and everything else, and what I need to do to keep the rhythm going. So it's all over the place. But right now, I think it's Michael Jackson, and just every once in a while, I'll go to like JO22. But mostly Michael Jackson's been on the list for the whole entire like week or a couple of weeks.
Side
So
note, is that Escape album? Is that the one that's got Blue Gangster on it?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that song
Yeah.
goes so hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like something like when I heard it, it's like something about it's like, why I feel like I heard this from somewhere, like from somewhere else, like
Mhm.
originally from somewhere else, and it kept on like, I know this, where I heard it, like, and it's gonna bug me all day.
Yeah.
but Blue Gangsters, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yo, it's actually somebody said it's the continuation of Smooth Criminal.
I
Somebody.
can see that. I can see
I
that.
can see it too. I can.
So they was
I can
planning
see
on
it.
making a video.
It was supposed to be a song too. Somebody he was like interested in, some woman.
50.
I can't remember.
Not playing. Nah.
Can't remember what woman.
He had that song with 50 though. That joint was hard. I think that was Escape
Yeah.
album too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And then a place without no name. Yeah, both of those slapped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a
yeah.
good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is
So, yeah.
Chicago. Chicago was a good one,
Chicago,
too.
yeah, Chicago
Like-
goes crazy too. Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? I'm like, yo, like well, I was like, because I was putting in random, just like listen to random stuff, and then I was like, Chicago, like what? I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
and it's like, and it clicked instantly. I was like, all right, I'm feeling this. Let's go. I was like,
Yeah.
Chicago. Well, this off. I'm like, wait, the Escape album? What?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what was
It
it,
catches
Sleeping
you off guard because you're like, man, I know this song got to be old. Like, I know this song got to be old.
Exactly.
No.
And
He still got it like that.
exactly. I'm impressed. I'm literally impressed.
To be fair, that album had no business going as hard as it did.
No, it really did not.
Exactly.
My man went out
Exactly.
on the highest level. He said,
Yeah.
I ain't dying without y'all knocking your heads to me like crazy.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah. I want to know the
So-
producers of that album. That joint was crazy.
Yeah.
But so for me, very, very interested in catalog, but mainly hip hop as of right now. I kind of dip and dive back into like classical music at times and techno and dubstep definitely. But and some lo-fi. But as far as like recently I've been listening to Burner Boy, that Mexican OT. Now, this dude honestly says story, you know, we loved our rapid fire rappers, right?
Mhm.
He's surprisingly actually a rapid fire rapper, like all his old stuff. And what's crazy is by him being Mexican, he rolls his R's. And then I
Like-
think it's a southern thing too, as well, but he rolls his R's like every time he does a D or a T or
Mhm.
whatever he rolls and an R or whatever, he rolls those. So it's like it's so when you're rapping fast,
Yeah.
it sounds like you rapping like extra fast, but really you just rolling that R with it, so it just
Just
makes
like
everything
Pitbull,
flow.
except for less
Yeah.
commercial. I feel
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Just brrr, like, hey, hold on, man, that was crazy. But yeah. So I've been listening to him. He recently just had an album. That album actually might be probably one of the hardest I've heard this year, maybe in the last couple of years. Like his when the last time you heard skits in an album? It's been a
Oh
while.
my gosh, skits used
Yeah.
to be. You used to get the album just so you could hear the skits.
Hear the
like,
skits, yeah.
Yeah, dang man.
Yeah.
Skits-
He got this
skits is
whole
what was popping.
bro, he got this whole luchador skit theme going on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you wig out on it. It's
Oh,
funny.
Man.
So I've been listening to that D Smoke, a lot of West Coast stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like Zoe Osama, Savvy 3. I've been listening to a couple of tracks from rest in peace to what's my boy name? Not Slim, but yeah, Slim 400. There was another rapper too that died. I was up there. He was in my little playlist, but I've been listening to Thundercat. Now that's not necessarily hip hop, but it is in a sense. You know, that's Odd Futures people. So you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's West Coast in a sense. You know, I had to listen to Cam the other day. I was listening to Cam for a minute.
Killer.
Yeah. Cam and Mace, that one song I sent you, bro. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I was like, Mace was killing that, man.
Yeah.
Mace should have been in Dipset. He still got it. You know what I mean?
Mace
I've
messed
listened-
that up for himself. That's what happened.
Yeah, he did, big time. But I listened to Coffee. You know, that's Caribbean or whatever. So Drake, of course, or whatever. And of course M. And just because of that video in the comment section, I had to check out some Easy Meal stuff. So definitely shout out to those people that got on me about not knowing that he was signed to Aftermath and Shady Aftermath and Interscope. So
Yep.
I definitely had to look him up or whatever. But you know what I'm saying, to be fair, you know what I'm saying, my scope, since I'm in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, my scope is mainly on a lot of Atlanta artists, but mainly if I have to kind of look outside of Atlanta, I'm looking towards the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? That's the music I
Right.
was raised on. Those are people I relate to the most. So, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like the reason why I'm probably not paying attention to the, even though, you know, Shady Aftermath, West Coast, that's out there, even though, my attention is towards the streets. You know what I'm saying? I think there's always a gem to be found in the middle of the dirt. So, you know what I'm saying? So definitely, shout out to all these artists I'm listening to. You know what I'm saying? They up on the rise, or they're underground, or you know what I mean?
Or
Whatever.
hidden gems.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Savvy 3 from where you from, Noto. So that's what's crazy. So, you know, he definitely puts on for Long Beach, you know what I mean? So
Yep.
shout out to them, shout out to them. So let's get into our hip hop talk. That's gonna smooth into our our anime talk, which is a funny thing, and it's actually some controversial characters in hip hop that helps this move right along. So but first, man, let's start off with when were you introduced? I already know what Sandstorm, because we already did this.
We already did this.
We already did this
my
last.
time, yeah.
Yeah. But Jay and Noto, when were you introduced to hip hop? I'm gonna start off with Noto. When were you introduced to hip hop in general, and then how did you like evolve in it? Like which direction of hip hop did you start evolving in as the older you got?
That's a good one right there. let me like dig into my what my fiance calls it, my photographic memory here. Literally, she literally calls it like, you have a photographic memory. Anyways, shoot, like it goes, oh my god. I think hip hop for me kind of started, I want to say maybe the age. I can't remember the year, but if I had to take a guess, I would say like the age of maybe 5, like way back when. Like I think like this one, like because I think I'm still like more into like my mother's stuff was like SWB and all this stuff like that. But then she'll sometimes play some hip hop, but she really was more trying to push more R&B on me to hip hop. So I know like, but I still knew like Dre, Snoop, Ice Cube, all the originals, the old pioneers easily. You know, like none but the G thing, with Dre and Snoop and all, like the Police and all that stuff like that. So I knew stuff like that. I knew all that stuff back then. But I think as I got older, like closer down the way, I think like around like middle school, then high school, I started getting more into like more hip hop. But then I think I kind of, how I put this, I think I was more trying to look outside the box actually, because I kind of went a different direction at the time. So that's when I went into like not just hip hop and R&B, but I think I went into like rock, alternative, and different things of that. But I think the one thing that moved me to kind of get into a little bit more, to respect it, that I think the artist Korn caught my attention, and they did a collab with Ice Cube, which was off the Follow the Leader album.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, all right, let me really dig more deep. But I think at that time, that's when I kind of diverged a little bit and started liking other stuff. But I still came back to my roots to hip hop. Again, Eminem definitely was the biggest thing that really during my high school kind of stuck to me a lot more. Still with Dre, Snoop, Exhibit, Ice Cube, all the originals, Nate Dogg, Warren G, all of them. It's just, I was more into the West Coast completely, hands down. Right. I heard a little bit of the East Coast, what is it? Oh man, can't think of half the names of the East Coast in my brain. My brain's like Jay-Z and everyone else that came into play. I just can't think of like the things that just popped in my head. So like, there's so many.
Yeah, right.
Like Little John, and then it was like it just grew into the process of it. So I
Yeah.
I look up to them and everything else, and I respect them for their production and
Mhm.
music. But I think I for the music in general, but the production really is like the artist like Jay-Z a little bit, but I know Timbaland definitely hands down 100% literally set the bar even higher because of his production. Literally. So
Yeah.
I respect Timbaland because he, gave, rise to, Jay-Z with a couple of his beats, Justin Timberlake, Aaliyah, rest in peace to her and everything.
Mhm.
There's, a lot of artists. And I really look at things from a different perspective when it came to the year I am now.
Yeah.
It's like I look at the the production, the lyricists, and everything else. But I respect people who take the time to break down lyrics and the
Mhm.
production of the music and everything else. So I look at things a little bit more bigger and brighter.
Mm.
So that's how my growth from hip hop went into I am now.
Cool. That's what's up. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. That sounds like our generation. We all kind of
Yeah.
like just grew up in it, so we evolved with it. You know what I mean? So, Jay, what about you?
Well, it was a cold summer day in July 19. Okay, I'll stop. Now, dude, I guess Public Enemy was probably the first. Probably the first was Public Enemy.
Mhm.
Most hip hop, because I'm a Georgia boy, so most of my stuff that I liked was Outkast, Goody Mob, uh,
Nice.
Lil Jon, stuff like that. I don't. When it comes to hip hop, I don't really, because I was one of those weird dudes in high school that I didn't really care for that beef BS. I
Mhm.
didn't care for it.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
like, I didn't care for it. I
Mhm.
just didn't care for it because I don't see the point of sitting up threatening somebody over poetry. I just didn't. I'm like,
Yeah.
My poetry is better than your poetry, son.
like
Sit down.
Exactly.
because I know y'all seen that. Well, I think it was like a Chappelle show, a Chappelle comedy
Yeah.
special, and it was like, dude, like when you gyrating. You can never be gangster if you sit up there dancing and gyrating. Like you see what I'm saying? So I never
Yup.
understood. I never understood. Like, okay, I'm beefing with you, but I'm doing poetry at the same time. So, I like more
There's
thoughtful
the
stuff.
love.
Yeah, like I like more thoughtful stuff. Like that was my stuff. As far as like hip hop is concerned, I like more thoughtful stuff, like stuff that actually talked about something.
Mhm.
The all the bragging and I just never really cared for that. So that just wasn't that just was never my thing. Like I would I would try to fit in, so I would like because I had to listen to it because I didn't have no choice. So it was like everywhere. So you didn't have no choice, but you had to listen to it. But like the stuff that I actually liked was like more like thought provoking stuff, like
Mhm.
Public Enemy, Outkast, Goody Mob, that kind of stuff. I didn't even some of the Ghetto Boys stuff. I liked some of their stuff just because like if you listen to what they were actually saying,
Mhm.
like that's some of the stuff that I liked to
Yeah.
like listen to and stuff like that. Like all that other stuff. That's why I like when people ask me now, do I listen to hip hop now? I'm like, not as much because the some of the new stuff, and I do not mean any disrespect. If you like that stuff, hey, more power to you. But
Mhm.
a lot of them cats, they ain't talking about nothing.
Nope.
They talking about stuff.
Facts.
They talk
Facts.
about stuff, but I'm like, they talk about stuff, but then they turn around and get robbed. Like you sit up
Right.
here like, and I'm just saying like you sit up here acting like you hard and you can do all this stuff and you taking pictures with money like it's a cell phone and then you go to a Waffle House. Are you out of your damn mind?
That's the problem. That's very the problem.
Bro,
I mean, none against this generation, but I mean, it's either two things: either you have the beat, but you don't have the lyrics, but you have the lyrics, but don't have the beat. It's either one or the other,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's I mean, like again, none against them have like the new rappers and stuff. It's just that's really what it is. It's really you either got one or the other. It's like you can't just get both. You got to take one or the other, which is it's sad.
And and there's no like I don't believe half of the when that I don't believe the stuff you're saying. I just don't.
Right.
I
Yeah.
the stuff don't add up. So like I don't believe half the stuff you're saying. You don't believe half the stuff you're saying. So like, and I know you don't. So
Yeah.
I can tell by the way you acting. I know you don't believe that stuff's coming out your mouth. You're just trying to get to the bag. So yeah, hey, if you want to get to the bag, hey, by all means, get your money. If that's how you want to do it, get your money. But understand, stuff get real out here when you start acting a fool. I'm like, shoot, I don't walk around with cash on me.
Right.
Anybody rob me, they get practice. That's all they get.
Yep.
Practice. You try to rob me, you gonna be like, hey man, I was gonna rob you. Here go $10, man. I'm sorry. That's what
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm just being honest.
Hey,
Yeah.
and nothing wrong being honest.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All right. So Sandstorm, even though we did it on your channel, I know for a fact when I get back to me, I have some more to add on to like how I involved. Because I'm still involved. You know what I'm saying? So, but
I think we all are. Honestly.
Yeah. Because like it's hip hop, even though it's 50 years old, it's still young, and it's still an art form that's still involving itself. Like it's growing up with the generations that grow up in it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we have big changes right now, but so was hip hop when it started. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They was like, wow, why are you wearing your clothes like that? Why are you wearing these? Why are you doing that? Why are you dancing on your head and going down to these parties and somebody yelling on his mic and da 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 da? What y'all saying? That's exactly what we're saying about hip hop right now. So you know what I'm saying? It's full circle. But Sandstorm, how you started?
Well, Vito would say we started with Hammer. Which is true. We really did start off with Hammer. But I would say the evolution or the points where I went to after that, and there's so many, man. Heavy D and the Boys.
Facts. Rest in peace.
Even kind of we never really at first got so heavy. Like Noto said, like we knew Snoop and Cube and all of them, but we were never like, because we were younger, so we were never like as deep into them. And so I want to say the kind of the transition, like I said this in my story, like the first time I remember like listening to like hardcore rap, we were on a trip to Cedar Point. This was like back when our church was doing, I don't know if you remember that, Vito, but back when the church was like letting us go to these like places, Michigan Adventures and Cedar Point, and my cousin threw me on some bus on a church trip to Cedar Point. We was throwing on some bus. Anyway,
we was crazy.
And that was the first time that I ever heard like anything like that. But even moving forward, like we had the TLCs, you know what I'm saying, and like that was kind of when they were more transitioning to more R&B, Crazy Sexy Cool was, out during that time. Aaliyah came out around that time. So you had, Magoo slipping in there, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Magoo.
Yeah.
So, you had Timbo and like Noto said, like the beats were crazy. There was this one point and it's a transitional point, I think, probably one of the biggest transitional points. 97, I want to say. It might have even been 98. Was the first time that I ever heard and it wasn't Pharrell by himself. It was NERD. Yeah, and like the way the beats were, and I was like, whoa, okay, well, like, what is this? And then that was like the whole NERD thing, then finding out about Khalees. And then what's that girl's name? Oh man. What's her name? Anyway, she's I don't know
She
if
was
they're
with
still.
Neptune.
She was way back when. I don't know if she's still with them, but it's either Slim Thug's wife or Slim Thug's baby mama. And it's one of like probably one of the first. But anyway, she's got some joints early on, and she never had an album that actually came out, but she was killing it. As a matter of fact, I got YouTube sitting right here. I don't know why I can't.
Right. We were.
It's just in my
And
top
we're-
stuff. It ain't like I can't find it or nothing like that.
Jeez.
But let me see, where is it? Bubonic. I remember Bubonic with Neptunes. Where's my liked stuff? Like videos. There it is. Because she's on my top stuff. Oh no, that's liked. Not wrong liked. But as I'm thinking about it, just that was kind of a big transitional period, because like even if you listen to the Neptunes, like when they got popular after grinding. What's up?
Your camera.
Your camera.
It went out.
No,
No.
it's down.
It's back down.
It just like fell on me. What happened? What happened there? Okay.
Hey, good thing you didn't. Good thing you didn't have nothing illegal right there.
Exactly.
Let's stuff it in the bag. Stuff it in the bag. But yeah, even like the Neptunes before they were like, big and well known. Oh, Latrell, that's who it is. Latrell.
Oh, okay.
Even before they were big, I felt like all their music and stuff like that, it was a whole different vibe. Like you never knew anybody to have like that kind of vibe. And then to find out that like a lot of joints that like you heard, you're like, whoa, wait a minute, okay, wait, that was the Neptunes. That was the Neptunes. That was the Neptunes. I'm like, oh, but after a while, you be like, oh, okay, yeah, I can hear that. But yeah, just the way that went, and kind of like Noto hit it too, like the Lil Jon, the East Side Boys, and just kind of all of that kind of expanded on my thoughts and ideas. When the South took over, when it was really about the South, and that whole regimen kind of took over, like I was all there. Now, mind you, I will say this, and I'm not hating. There's no hate there. But man, like everybody was looking for they one shot. Right? They had a one hit. That's all they needed. Is one hit to get out there. I remember, like we had white tea, we had black tea. Like everybody wanted something. Just all you got to do is just get your foot in the door. One time. So I think back then, rap, even though everybody had a very similar cadence, and what they were talking about is just, like how cool I am and how much money I got and stuff like that. Which is probably the reason why I don't like rap now, because I feel like it's like super based. I feel like just hearing like different people come in again. You know what I'm saying? What's my man's name? Stega Lee. You know what I'm saying? Like throwing out some random names. You know what I'm saying? Stega Lee coming out. Just random songs like that, and you get these like weird hits. Smiles and South Star. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just joints that are like, oh, I kind of like the beat on this. You know what I'm saying? Or like, the rhymes are a little bit different. It's just everybody had. Even though it was a whole bunch of people coming in, everybody had like their own kind of lane, if you will, within that. And I think that's what made rap healthy. It made it hearty at that time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, Sandstorm, we and him grew up together. It's my cousin.
Wait.
Oh.
Shout outs to Shaq. Because we was heavy on
forgot about that.
We was heavy on Shaq. I can't even hold you up. Shaq was killing it back in the day, and I don't care what nobody say.
He was.
90, what was it, 92 to 95?
Yeah.
Two albums. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Them two albums, that first one was fire, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I'm
first one was
outstanding.
fire. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot about Shaq. Damn.
Yeah. Shaq definitely he
Yeah,
held his
that was-
own, man.
That was our
he
stuff,
had,
man. That was our stuff.
yo, who else do you know? What else basketball player you know that got a song with Biggie while he was alive?
That's true.
Right, right.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So yeah, Shaq definitely was that deal. You know what I mean? So but yeah. Me and Sandstorm, we grew up together. So basically my introduction, mine might have been a little more earlier than Sandstorm's just because Uncle Scotty, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Uncle Scotty, I was always with him. He bumping NWA, he bumping Cube, he bumping like all the West Coast joints. I mean, he's a music like connoisseur, so he wasn't just West Coast, but that's like at the point of time that, you know, here I am, West Coast was mainly on his mind. He was dressing like he was part of NWA and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had the bleach
Definitely.
stone washed like jeans on with the black tee and the little starter jacket with the NWA joint, you know what I'm saying? So so that definitely kind of had me more into like hip hop, because I'm trying to be like my uncle, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to be cool like him. I thought he was cool, you know what I mean? Yeah, he used to like roll around like with a fake little phone, like a little house phone on his car or whatever. So then he'd be like, hello. This is when like car phone, like cell phones was not out, and car phones started coming in rotation. He used to have a doggone like acting like he balling. He'll have a he'll have a house phone in the middle console, pick it up, like pull up on some girls, bumping his music. Look, he was bumping like the with house speakers. I don't know what his homeboy did, but he put house speakers in the back of his car and was bumping them 12s. I think those, they might have been 50, whatever those house speakers were. He had them house speakers in the back of his car. Boom, 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 boom. And then like he'll pull up, you know what I'm saying, at the light with some girls. Got the little cell phone, had like glasses with no frame, with no lens in it, just the frame, and then just pull up, just talking like he on the phone. and I'll be in the car. Here I am, a little kid. I'm little. I can remember some of this. You know what I'm saying? He'll be like I'm like yeah. I think he talking to me or talking to the girl. He talking like, oh, what's up? Trying to rap to the girl. Hey, hold on, let me call you back. Yeah, those are my memories of how it started. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Scotty Mac, man. Scotty Mac is a character, man. He was a character, man. So, yeah, shout out to him, man. But that basically was my introduction. You know what I'm saying? Just like, and he, like I said, he would listen to more than just West Coast. He'll listen to East Coast, mainly like some substance. You know, some Tribe Called Quest.
Nice.
You know, Public Enemy. So, you know, basically, you know, I had a nice little range of hip hop very early. So that only made it natural for me to accept, like when I moved to Georgia, to accept the underground scene. Now, before y'all heard of Lil Jon and all this other stuff, Jay know, we had a circuit called the Underground, where we had people such as Pastor Troy, Little D, we had a couple
down
other
there sometimes.
Yeah. We had so many like artists that eventually in the 2000s, you know what I'm saying, just blossomed like towards the end of 2000s, maybe around like I'll say 06, something like that. But we had our own versions of mixed. So, you know, they say 50 came out with mixtapes, and where that could be true in a sense, down here, our independent albums, those were the equivalents, you know what I'm saying? Except you were paying for them. You have to go down to certain record stores and they'll have a Baby D or something like that, which is, I think he was like one of the most underrated hip hop artists, but your Pastor Troy's and stuff like that, they'll have it all down there and it'd be like special requests or, you know, like special asking. Like you gotta be like, hey, you got that Pastor Troy, blah, blah, blah. And they'll have like a special section that was away from all the industry stuff, you know what I mean? And some of them just had it mixed in, but you know what I mean? But that's how I started like kind of like gravitating. Plus, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta's V103 is notorious Greg Street. You know what I'm saying? He's notorious for spinning not just Atlanta stuff, but just Southern hip hop in general. So Southern hip hop started me like evolving into hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Evolving with it, seeing where the trend is going. What's funny is I was still listening to West Coast stuff, but who was kind of still running the game was kind of East Coast and, you know, the South at the time. It was like I said, that 2000 era, you know what I'm saying? It was going from the South to the East Coast, South to the East Coast. They'll venture out West, but basically the South end, they were holding the throne, and to the point where I saw early, this is my, I had a prediction. I was like, oh no, hip hop, especially with artists like Luda, hip hop is probably going, like, the Mecca is going to be Atlanta. Like, how many people were rapping and coming out, like you said, Sandstorm, that one hit. Everybody was trying to get a hit. Fresh in the White Tee and Laffy Taffy and all this other stuff. Like,
Laffy Taffy.
Good Lord.
you know, like we
Lord.
long t-shirts, you know what I'm saying, with the with the felines. In Atlanta, we wear felines and stuff. New Orleans, they was wearing like them soldier Reeboks and stuff like that. Then Nelly was coming out with those, you know what I'm saying? He was getting us on the forces and stuff. So we have our little phases. Everybody had to have that one little hit, but it started like really just started to, it seemed like, looking at how production was going and how Timberland finally was like, yeah, I'm from the dirty South. He's claiming Virginia as the South and stuff like that. We started like really like, I was like, oh no, it's starting to come on down here, because, you know, Virginia kind of that sticky situation. You're in the in-between. You don't know if you know, East Coast or you know, South. So, you know what I'm saying, you kind of like, you got to choose your side. And I think also too, I think is whatever city or whatever you in, or whatever part of Virginia you in, or whatever. So he had picked that little side, and Pharrell picked the East Coast or whatever. Actually, Pharrell kind of went more west, but he still was like more East Coast. So then you had Timberland making these gritty, like kind of like teaming up with Jazzy Faye, teaming up with what's his name, Manny Fresh, things of that nature. He would team up with these Southern producers to make these like incredible sounds and put that 808 like kick in his stuff. So his stuff started sounding a little more different, started sounding more grittier. He started getting Southern artists, Petey Pablo, Bubba Sparks, stuff like that. I started evolving. I started listening to this stuff. So basically now I'm stuck with this evolving mindset. Let me see what else, you know what I'm saying, like these different states, because every state actually has their own their own, like, you know, version of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? They have their own stuff. So I go out to Kansas City, and lo and behold, there's this guy named Tech Nine. I lost my mind. I lost my mind. I was like, whoa, this I'm like, whoa, he's faster than Twister. Like what is he doing? Like this is crazy. So then it started going like Nelly actually was like my favorite artist of all time at one point, just because he was making hits, and he had the hits for the ladies, and he had some catchphrases, you know. You know what I mean?
Come the big one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's getting hot in here.
Exactly. Man, he had some bangers. So but seeing that transition and stuff, it was like I start evolving. So I start going out west. I start seeing more, you know what I'm saying? I start going back out west. I start seeing more and more artists, especially when G Unit introduced to us you know, the Game or whatever, even though the Game kind of was, you know what I mean, like present kind of early or whatever. It was still kind of like once G Unit actually presented him to us, it was like, oh snap, you know what I'm saying, back to the west. But way before then, I had to take it back home, you know, and this is the South. And what's crazy is it was one person that was holding his own for the Midwest, and it was an unlikely person. He is not the same color as me, but I consider him an honorary black person in my eyes. I have always considered this guy as an honorary black person in my eyes, and that's Eminem.
Don't say Eminem.
Yeah. That's Eminem.
I had smile on my face instantly.
He definitely
You knew this was
kept
coming.
the Midwest afloat.
he ain't. He's from my state, and I'm not gonna tell him. I'm not gonna tell y'all. I don't mess with him. I respect his. I respect his lane though. I respect his lane though. Don't get me wrong. I just sometimes I struggle because everybody's like, yeah, he's one of us, and I'm just like,
No, he ain't.
Look, put
he
like
just
this.
he's just good. He's just
Put like
good.
this.
All right.
Eminem literally to me, which we're gonna stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna actually have my own little video discussing this. Eminem is the Kobe Bryant of hip hop. So he's hated and he's loved, and it's like mixed emotions. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
His dedication.
I don't think he's all the way hated. It's more like a respect thing. I just think like some.
I
It's,
think
it's the Batman effect.
I think the reason why you like him is for a good reason.
Yeah.
But there are some people,
Who, me?
especially
Yeah.
You said it. Oh,
yeah. But there's some people, especially in my own state, if you go south to Kalamazoo, he got a whole city dedicated to himself. And if you ask them why they think he's, because they'll be like, he's the greatest of all time, hands down, no competition, blah 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 blah.
Like I said,
You're like,
it's
why
Batman
though?
It's the
In
Batman
other
effect.
terms, they don't have a reason. It's like they're
They
saying
don't
it's
have a
reason.
legitimate reason. They're like, oh, didn't you hear this song?
Like this,
Didn't you hear this song? I'm like,
It's
I
the
heard the
Batman
song.
effect, dude. Like Batman is a cool character.
yeah.
You like Batman.
Yeah.
You hate Batman's fans.
Mhm.
Batman's fans will make you hate the character because they get unrealistic with it. Like that's how it is. That's with me. I'm like, I like him. I like some of him stuff. Now some of the stuff that he be talking about, I don't get down with some of that stuff he be talking about. But
Yeah.
I respect his ability. I respect him, but like his fans will make you be like, dude, all right, I get it. You like him.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah,
sit down
yeah.
somewhere.
They be like,
right.
you know what I mean?
I'm not stepping on this land. I'm not stepping on this landmine, although I could, but I don't want to. I know how.
I'm just saying,
I-
with me, I understand why people like him, and like I said, to an extent, I respect him, and I like some of his stuff. But to me, it's just like it's the Batman effect. It's like you got this dude he's doing his thing, but his fan base will make you like, dude, okay, all right, now you're making me look and see every damn little thing that he do, and I'm like, bruh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they be trying to sit you down. Sit down here. Sit down.
Sit down here, son. Let me pull out this.
Yeah, paragraph 5.
Hold on. Let me pull out my list of stuff here. Hold on one second.
You're like, come on now, man. It's really not that.
Yeah, you see me going down this list.
And you know what? I say that. Now, I'm glad you brought this up, Vito, because I say that to say that about pretty much every rapper. Because I feel like at the end of the day, that's all opinionated anyway. And I like that there are people who are fans, but I don't like fanatics. Like I can understand if you are real, if you're a real Jay-Z fan, you can tell me why you like Jay without being like, yo, this song, and this song. Like actually give me some real logic behind it. Yeah, like if you're a real Drake fan, yeah, tell me something as the reason why. Like, yo, his cadence is absurd. Like, if you're a Rakim fan, you could tell me, hey, his cadence is bananas. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can use a song as an example, but you're not using the song itself. Like, this is the goated song. Like, boom, listen to it. But that's how I feel like some M fans, especially the ones south of where we from, I'd be like, yo, why do you really like this guy? Toy Soldiers? Did you hear Toy Soldiers? I'm like,
not enough.
I heard it. Like, what do you want me to like? Mid, what? Blast me! Like,
How
chill
dare
out.
you? How dare you? How dare you?
Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said to this person? Yeah.
But no,
I heard
like
that.
this is like, before we go off like topic of what I was saying as far as M being an honorary black person, this is why I consider that. It's because if you know his Detroit story, not his what he's doing in hip hop. But if you
Not
know
8
his
Mile. Not 8 Mile either.
Yeah.
Let's
no,
put that
no.
on the
Matter of
record.
fact, he barely was on 8 Mile. Let's be honest. Honestly, and 8 Mile is not a doggone like big. It's like Peachtree Industrial to Atlanta or something. Or
Really,
North Gwinnett,
yeah. If
you
you
know what I'm
really
saying?
been there, it's
It's
really not as big as they make it
yeah.
seem.
It's if you want to see some big miles or some cool or gangster miles, go to 6 and 7.
Yeah,
Go to 6 and 7. Those are ones you might want to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's mainly where he was actually at with Proof. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing Proof, knowing Royce the 5'9", knowing their campaign, their underground campaign they had back in the day, knowing Trick Trick. You know what I'm saying? What Trick Trick? And that's a lot of people don't even remember Trick Trick's little Uncle Luke song type shit. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? But you know what I mean? Like just knowing your basis of hip hop and knowing that M was around that and knowing that basically he kind of got his start, with what every MC I feel that is a good MC, like a real good MC, has tasted at one point of their life, which is a friendly competition called battle rap. Once you actually kind of witness that and been around that environment, that as an artist or a lyricist makes you understand hip hop more than a person just coming in the industry. Oh, I just started rapping yesterday. Like these newer, you know what I'm saying? Or these newer rappers are saying, you know what I'm saying? Because now you're actually expanding your mindset. You're expanding everything that you're doing. And the reason why I say M is honorary black because he's been around real black situations, like real sticky black situations. Those battles, those clubs in Detroit that he was at and things of that nature, or just the people that he was around, because he's around Proof. Proof is like, he was that dude, you know what I'm saying? Like Proof was really that dude. This wasn't just no 8 Mile stuff, you know what I mean? Like, nah. Proof was really that guy.
Yeah.
So
And he was around Dre. I mean, and this was Dre
oh yeah,
during the
no,
West Coast.
that's what I was about to say. I'm about to bring it back in full circle because there's another person I gotta throw out there that had me influenced, you know what I'm saying? But once like I said, he was around Proof or whatever. Then he started being around Royce the 5'9". People don't know that the first beef or his earlier beef he had with Royce the 5'9". The reason why he started beefing with him is because Royce was on the come up in the city. He was that big deal. He was like that dude. He was gonna make Detroit and Michigan back on the map. You know what I'm saying? Well, he was about to go out there to West Coast. Like I think Aftermath was actually looking at him. They were trying to get some artists. And they was looking at him. But what's crazy is M was with him too. So when Dre got a load of M, he started doing like, yeah, I got this idea. So then he started doing projects with M and stuff like that. And so Royce kind of felt left out, like, hey man, you gonna be on my back, you going out there, this is my deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you got my deal? This and the third. So, I don't want to go too deep into that situation, but that's what brings us out west was that whole Royce the 5'9" situation by him being with Proof, hooking up with Royce, going over there to the west side. We would not have Eminem the way we have him. When he got out there, the Dre's been, history. Y'all know the rest. You know what I'm saying? So that brings me to, as soon as he got over there doing his thing and all this other stuff, another controversial person that had me back to the East Coast was 50 Cent. 50 Cent definitely brought that rawness that we missed from Pac, from Biggie. Now, I didn't purposely mention them in my early likings of hip hop or evolving, in hip hop. I feel like that's a trump card. That's like a given. You know what I'm saying? That y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Everybody who listen to him, that listen to hip hop or whatever. So, but we getting back to 50, and that's like, to me, 50 was that balance of a Biggie and Pac mix at that point in time. He knew how to make a hit, and he had that image of a Pac. You know what I'm saying? Like this hardcore gangster that's untouchable and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? So that in itself had me just basically like jumping from state to state, listening to different type of music. There's artists that, you know what I'm saying, not a lot of people know about that or forgot about. that really influenced the way hip hop is. And like I said, I evolved with hip hop just like that along with it. Now, I say all that to say this. We have our newer artists.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get to them, right? We have us, me, you, like people our age.
Right.
Finally in the game. The middle child is what J. Cole calls us, right? We're the middle, we're the millennials, we're the middle children. So when we finally hit the game, my question, I guess, will be to all of you, will be, did you feel like we start getting back into a lyrical competition? Did you feel like it came back for one brief little moment when we got into the game? I'm talking about our big Sean's, J. Cole, Kendrick. Did y'all feel like we really actually start making our imprint in the game? Like, did you think real lyricists and real, I guess, students of hip hop are back in the game?
So you want me to go? Can I go first?
Yeah, anybody. Yeah,
Okay,
anybody.
okay.
This is all free for all.
So there was a time before there was I like to call it pre-grinding and post-grinding, pre-a-milli and post-a-milli. Because I feel like those are the two most significant times that like hip hop has really had. So when you're talking about pre-grinding, songs weren't really, they were really leveled out, as far as like, you're talking about the beat and the words and stuff like that. Nothing really, there were songs that stood out, but there was nothing that really like ooh, like bars, you know what I'm saying? Like it was mostly just rappers riding the beat, you know what I'm saying? Post grinding, what happened? That song had the lyrics and it had the beat to match. And even though the lyrics were written, they were written like they were freestyle. And what ended up happening is everybody wanted to ride that style of beat for a while. And after that, I feel like beats really took over for that whole time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there were people who were snapping, you got like I always say Luda was saying something. Jay always said something, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like everybody was just kind of riding the beat, you know what I'm saying? Like it was more so the feeling than it was actually the words that you were saying. Even though you have like some songs that people snap on. Then a Millie came out and Wayne did something that was different. And after a Millie, we kind of with the whole, kind of with the Big Sean scene, we kind of got the silly, what did he always call it? The stupid rap. We already talked about this. It's going down, basement, all that. That was kind of what it was like the silly rap. It wasn't until really, like you said, the Drakes, the Kendricks, the J. Coles who really came in and was like, yeah, the beat's all right, but like, what happened to really like saying something? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to the bars where a person will listen to a song, go back and listen to the song again, go back and listen to it a third time, and be like, wait a minute, did he just say that? Like, you actually have to think about the bars, like real lyrics. Yeah, and that's what really happened. I feel like that's what really happened. What happened after that, I don't know. I don't like. I kind of fell off of the rap game, but even like listening to rap now, it seems like that got lost.
Yeah,
in the
no.
shuffle.
I was just talking about just that J. Cole Kendrick era, because then like I said, I want to ease into this.
Oh, ease into the next piece. Okay, well then,
right.
yeah, no, definitely, because there was it wasn't like real. It wasn't real beef. It was more like, yo, like we got to start stepping our lyrics up, and like
Mhm.
Mhm.
whether it's them, whoever, like it was like, okay, yeah, he's saying something on here, but bet I say something better. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no like real beef, but it was like a motivational beef. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah,
It
I
was
definitely,
competition. It was just competition. It was the same
yeah,
thing that Pac and Biggie was doing at first. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like
Yep.
before the actual shots got fired. You know.
yeah,
So
Mhm.
yeah. That's definitely what it was.
yeah. So we got back into like basically what I was asking. We got back into a state of not just riding a beat, but everybody starting to really try to step up their bar game. Kendrick was one of these ones that was stepping up that level, and so was Drake. Wayne definitely we cannot forget that because I feel like he is a very very pivotal point. You know what I mean? Like he's
Hmm
definitely the the big shift. You know what I'm saying? Jay,
Yeah.
you can put him in there as well. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's a
hmm
shift on a different direction. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah,
think that's equity. I think that's a Nipsey Hussle lesson, a Rick Ross lesson. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what those rappers are. But you know what I'm saying? As far as that conscious rap or whatever, stepping your bar game up and you barring up stuff and you have to rewind it and all this. Hip hop is back at a certain point, right?
hmm
So at that point, Kanye West goes through a heartbreak with some 808s.
Oh man,
Here we.
that
Uh,
was terrible.
Now, before he goes through that
uh,
heartbreak, before he goes through that, he's been actually linked to a lot of anime. He has a lot of anime themed type stuff. He's being used some anime in his videos. He's been using anime drawing or production in his album covers type stuff.
Hmm
You can tell that the backpackers back
yep.
in when he started was very influenced by Japanese culture, aka anime. You know what I mean? So now we have someone in their own lane that's still at the top of the game during all this whole time. Just 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 look at it like a straight line. He's in this line of just boom boom boom, we're doing this thing. He drops uh Dark Twisted Fantasy,
Yep.
and now it brings this darkness in there. There's this evil Illuminati feel to it. Now it kind of feels like Bleach. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
hmm
It feels like it's starting to feel a little bleachish. It's starting to feel like, oh snap, we starting to, you know what I mean, we starting to get into some demons now. You know what I mean? Some souls. So as we're getting into that, now there's a younger, younger voice coming out. This is what we call mumble rap.
Oh gosh.
When the mumble rap era comes in, right? Now you guys hold your head, right? And that's the same thing that I'm sitting up here thinking, like, yeah, this mumble rap, that was terrible. But
There
as
ain't no buts
far
with
as
that, dude.
no, 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 no,
There ain't
no,
no buts
no,
with that,
no,
dude.
no,
Mumble
no,
rap was
no,
terrible.
but listen, it's not necessarily the rap; it's their image. If you paid attention to their image very, very closely, all of these guys. Let me show y'all this, because this had me like, it makes sense now. Now you guys make sense. Let's see. This is where it's gonna make sense, guys. 'Cause I'm not trying to convince y'all guys to like.
Oh, you can't convince me. So I
No,
mean,
no, I'm saying, I'm saying, I'm
good
saying,
luck.
I'm saying, I'm not trying to convince you guys to like it or anything like that. But what I'm trying to like show y'all is there's a big influence in anime, right? That these mumble rappers actually had, and basically what I was trying to get at is Kanye started that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So for them to be inspired by anime, like literally, like look at Little Uzi Vert. Matter of fact, a prime example probably would be, where's my boy? He's not my boy. Never mind. Forget I just said my boy. please forgive that I said my boy.
You can't edit a live video. You can't edit.
You really can't.
I know good and well you wouldn't say that's your boy.
Oh my god.
Nah. But don't that tattoo look familiar? Where y'all seen this tattoo on?
What's his name, man?
Kasaki Shuhei Bleach.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's not
His
what.
name. But what I'm saying is
I'm not gonna say
these
it.
guys. No. I'm saying with what I'm saying is, anime has influenced our whole hip hop scene to the point where now our younger audience is actually these, like Uzi Vert. Like he's literally an anime character. Like it's just like he can't be real. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
This guy
these
XXX.
these styles aren't new because you can even talk about Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang has been
Yeah, Wu-Tang was doing
But
that back in the
They
mid-90s.
weren't anime. They weren't
Yeah.
anime. They weren't anime. It was kung fu. That's the difference. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So these guys are specifically, like Uzi has actually said in his lyrics, like I'm sitting back with my watching anime, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So it's like a real reference to like anime. So why I say that is
I would say even before them though, there's what's my man's Lupe. Lupe
that's
came
what
in
I
and
that's why I say Kanye, because he
yeah,
was because that whole little, there was that lane. And
yeah.
that lane right there, it stayed like that all the way up until mumble rap. And now you have the combination. Now people are accepting, now the kids and stuff like that are accepting anime within rap. So now it's more like paying attention to that, like specific, like I guess fact, right? If our young people can change our whole outlook of hip hop, right, and change it into an animation or anime type of thing, could we accept some of these rappers as real rappers? Because
Nope.
Nope.
Look, XXXTentacion or whatever, right? He was a mumble rapper, right? Or he was a part of that. But I actually listened to his actual albums and what he had to say. That boy, he was it. He was taken away from us way too fast. Like he was that deal.
Yeah.
He was that deal. And what's crazy is his whole crew, dude. He had a dude on his crew called Kid Trunks and Kid Boo. Like these dudes are literally anime characters. Like
Man, but couldn't you say the same thing about because Pac and the Outlaws, they was taking names of like Gaddafi and Idi Amin. I mean, that's just.
I mean, it's like
let me be completely fair. I don't listen to dudes like that, so I can't.
Yeah.
If you listen to them, that I can't really speak on like Lil Uzi Vert. Them. Like the only song of Triple X I liked was the one on Spider-Verse. That one that they did.
Yeah,
I like that. That track was tight. But
sure.
I mean, I didn't really listen to them guys like that, so I can't really speak on that. So I listen to more nerdcore than those guys. Like nerdcore, I like Rustage and Daddy Fat Snaps and Game Boy Jones and None Like Joshua and Screwface John. I listen to those guys. I don't.
And Fable too.
Yeah, Fable. Yeah, I listen to them guys like Dreaded Yasuke them. Because I can actually understand what they say. Boom.
I would say too. It's not. I think it's a set of natural progression.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, even if you think about the rappers that we were listening to, even in the 2000s, the nerd world wasn't as big, but you can always catch a rapper talking about video games in some sort of aspect or
Yep.
some sort of
Or
like.
comics.
So,
50. I mean,
yeah,
50
or
came out
comics.
with 50 came out with it. He had a video game way before he actually had a video game. That's what's crazy. People
That's
didn't
what
know
I'm
that.
saying. And even if you talking about like even the one that really I would say sticks out the most is 50 and Justin Timberlake joint.
So
AO
technology.
Technology.
Mm.
There's a whole video,
Okay.
is a whole 8-bit video game sound. So it's not it's so and those were the things that we were into at the time. Those were the
Mhm.
things that was like borderline in our society. Like video games
Yeah.
weren't as big, but it was that like taboo thing that people actually liked. So
Yeah, yeah. Like a little
like
secret or
now,
something.
yeah, like
Mhm.
you liked it, but you wasn't going to tell the whole world like, I play video games all the time.
Because if you
And
did,
yeah, right, exactly.
Exactly.
So it's
Exactly.
kind of like it's kind of like the natural progression of that, because it ain't like we just got into anime, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, nah.
And the kids just jumped into anime. Like we've been in anime for a long time. And naturally the people younger than us have naturally been into it, but
Mhm.
but it's been more accepted over time. So now that that's been slipped into hip hop, it like I said, it's more natural. You know what I'm saying?
See,
Like,
and that's actually my whole point. That's why I was
yeah,
basically trying to bring it back to foot. Can we accept them and listen to them and then be like, okay, with that being said, is our nerdum, is our nerd world now the cool thing, and is it being used in a kind of crazy way, almost to, I guess, is our anime and our video game liking getting us clickbaited on social media and YouTube now? Like, are they using this
Yes.
stuff to actually get us to click on these things? You know what I mean?
so I guess I can speak for the masses.
Ugh.
Unfortunately, that that area is so gray. It's like 5 shades of gray. Um,
Pretty much.
not 50 yet, not 50 shades, but 5 shades of gray.
Five.
And the reason why I say that is because yeah, it does allow for a lot of clickbait stuff, and
Mhm.
one, Hollywood knows that. That's why we've got terrible anime live
capitalism.
action. Yeah,
There
thank
we
you.
go.
That's exactly that. But there's also people who really actually support that life because that life was really them, like
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Did the
Gundam.
whole
Gundam fan.
yeah, and he
Yeah.
had the whole Naruto collection,
Oh yeah, he did. He did. Yeah.
clothes collection. So
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
He
I
had
forgot
Vegeta's
about
vest
that.
on in Black Panther, so
you know what I'm saying? Like it's
he did.
Yeah.
like
Man,
Yeah.
and I think it was in that video was like I forgot that where Rooster Teeth he did. I forgot the name of it.
Genlock.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And so there are people out there like that who really want to be out there like that because they are real fans. But yeah, it's and then there's us, you know what I'm saying? Then
Mhm.
there's people who just naturally live that life every single day because that's what we do. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we know. That's what we know.
That is in our nature to just be that way. And unfortunately, yes, like it's for us, it's like, oh, this is this is a whole thing that probably Jay and I can both go into.
Mhm.
This is what happens when can I say it? It's not my show, so can I say it? This is what happens when things that black people love like become cool. It's like everybody's got to jump on it and make it bigger than what
Yeah.
it is. But you can't be that person. You can't be that person, but it's cool to be that person. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be specific, but
Yeah.
that's really how it is. It's like, okay, you know what they really like? You know what's really cool out here? And even if you go back and you look at some of the stuff that you brought up, like one of the things that I saw that really stood out was the Boondocks. Like, you,
Oh yeah, true,
Sean
true.
Thomas.
yeah,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Like, it's cool to be like that.
Mhm.
It's not cool to be that. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
that's just the way it is.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to break your heart.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and I said this about gaming. Has gaming become more accepted? Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
In its own entity.
Yeah, it has. It has. Has watching anime become more accepted? Of course it has.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem. Y'all remember that Joe Budden podcast about 2 years ago?
Oh god damn it.
No,
Which one?
the one where the ladies was basically saying if you got LD energy, if you asking for a PS5, y'all remember that?
Oh, no. You have to. No, you gotta tell me on that one. Hold on.
Because here's the thing: like, as much as stuff has become more accepted, that does not mean that everybody is cool with it. You still get looked at like a nerd. You still get looked at like a weirdo. You still perfect example. Michael B. Jordan directs Creed 3. He's on the red carpet. One of his old folks from high school is now interviewing him. Oh yeah, remember when I was corny?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. Yeah.
And and I mean no disrespect to anybody, but a lot of times, because I see this a lot, especially with you on Twitter X, whatever Elon Musk want to call it this week. You see a lot of people always complaining, usually women complaining about how dudes do this, and I'm like, but y'all do the same stuff to things that we like. Like, how many times have you gone on there and you've seen like, oh, my man actually want to play a video game instead of talk to me? Like, you knew he was a gamer when you got with him.
Yep.
So if that dude's having a rough week or whatever, and he just want an hour to himself, just give him an hour to himself. Like, it ain't that freaking hard. But because he's a gamer or whatever, or he's into anime, they use that as a shaming tactic. So as much as like we like, it's not. Yes, is it more accepted? Yes. But you're still gonna get looked at like you a weirdo. You can be Michael B. Jordan. You can be Michael B. freaking Jordan.
True.
Just got through directing 3.
Yeah.
People will still be like, if he wasn't rich, you know what they would say.
Yeah.
If he wasn't a celebrity, you know what they would say. That's still Michael B. Jordan. But if he wasn't a celebrity, if he wasn't rich, you know what they would say.
Yeah.
He a nerd.
He a nerd. And like I said, like that Joe Budden podcast, I was like, you trying to tell people.
All right, so what happened on that podcast though? Like,
he had a couple of women on there, and they were talking. This is right around the time because this was a year after PS5 had dropped. Okay. And people post stuff on social media and stuff, and at the time everybody was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna have there's people writing like, oh yeah, I'll have my girl pick up, buy me a PS5 or buy me a Series X," and I'm like, why are people posting that? Well, they got wind of that, and of course these women were like, well, that's the little dick energy stuff like that. Like, you ain't no real man. You're not a real man. And dudes was like, but you want Birkin bags that cost more than that.
Right.
Like,
right.
Not that you wanted, you expected, you demanded. And it became a whole thing. So I'm sitting here like, this is why that's why I'm like, dude, yes, is it more acceptable? Yes. And if you are lucky enough to find somebody that accepts your hobbies for you, bruh, more power to you. You better hold on tight. So
right.
Everybody ain't like that. Everybody ain't like that. So my thing is, I'm like, yes, is it more accepted? Yes. Is anime more accepted? Yes, but I'm telling you, it's not as big as you think it is, and you still get looked at as the weirdo. You're the nerd. You're this. You're that. Especially if you're not a celebrity. Now, if you're a celebrity or you got stacks or whatever, they'll overlook that.
Yeah.
It's mostly too amongst opposite sex, I would say. Like, when you're talking to another guy, like, chances are there's
it's very rare
something
that
there.
you have some dudes that'll be like, oh man, I ain't that nerd shit, but they know who,
Mm.
but they steady asking you about Captain America: Civil War.
Right.
Right, I know plenty of people like that.
Right.
Example.
I've met people like that. Like, man, I don't read no comic books. I ain't reading that nerd. Hey, dog. So, in Infinity War, right?
Yeah, I know somebody exactly like that. Right?
Yo.
They be like, "Oh,
Oh,
so
my
that's
God.
why."
I knew you knew. And then they gonna run back and tell everybody like they cool. So,
Oh, Thanos is the Green Girl's dad? Oh.
hey, man, so holler me right quick. So, you really think Doctor Strange could have handled him, right? Yeah, you probably could have. Good, thank you. I just need to know that. But you see what I mean, though? Like, it'll be stuff like that, and that's why I'm like, yeah, I wish it was better.
Mhm.
I wish it was, but I'm like, bro, we probably still got a long way to go.
Couple more years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, I feel you.
Much.
We got a few more. It ain't gonna be. That
It'll
easy.
be when the world becomes sci-fi. That's when it'll
Basically.
happen.
I mean, now
Hey.
one thing that is helping though, one thing that is,
Cyberpunk.
one thing that is helping, especially along the anime lines, is
Mhm.
we're actually getting the anime movies here now. Like
Yeah.
Dragon Ball,
Oh yeah, for sure, for
Demon
sure.
Slayer, like One Piece, like you're
Yeah.
getting, and more people are going to watch it because, like, one of my coworkers, he introduced his wife to Demon Slayer. She loves that shit now. She like, look, that's her favorite one. She was like, when the new, they called me when the new season dropped. Hell, I don't know. I'm watching Rurouni Kitchen and Bleach right now. Y'all need to leave me alone.
right.
So
Talking to me about some old show.
I watched that last year. But that's what I mean. Like, that's helping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like when, because for the longest time it was only the most popular, like Dragon Ball, and even then they'd be in theaters for what, a weekend.
Yeah.
If that.
True.
Now, like when Resurrection F came out,
That was in there for like a month.
it was because it was only supposed to be for a week.
Yeah.
So many people went and watched it, and Funimation made so much money. They were like, "Hey, can we keep this in here another 2 weeks?"
Yeah. Same with the Broly one.
And then when Brawley came out, then My Hero Academia's 2 movies came out. And Demon Slayer came out. One Piece movies, like, because they always did it in Japan. Like every movie in Japan got theatrical release, but not over here. But I think that's actually helping to, like, okay, because now if you start seeing the movies, it becomes more acceptable. Because okay, now we can go.
Right.
Now it's date night. Let's go watch a movie. Oh, this is actually good. Because like I've been telling people, I'm like, dude, anime ain't for kids. They got some that's for kids, like your Pokemons, your Hamtaros and stuff. But most of the stuff that I watch, man, close your eyes. Yeah, I ain't got time to deal with. I ain't got time for your questions. Close your eyes. So it's like that. But yeah, I mean that. I hate to be that guy, but yeah, we still like at least like 5 to 10 years off of it.
Man, we
like,
20. We 20 years off.
Maybe that too. I don't know. Like,
I agree with that one.
It is nice to see that more people are getting. You see more people like going to like cons and doing that stuff because back in the day, the only people showed up at cons were
the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, you got people that there's some cosplayers I follow on Twitter. I'm like, they do a good. I'm like, God damn, y'all are talented. Like they actually do all their own stuff, and I'm like, hey,
bravo,
yo,
bravo.
Because I know that it's not easy to find all that fabric to make that stuff.
No,
and
Hobby Lobby ain't got enough.
Yeah, and they do and a lot of them do a very fantastic job. So I mean, it's becoming more accepted, but it still ain't there yet. Because like if you got people coming on podcasts saying that stuff, and then people like defending them, even when you're like, yeah, but that's cheaper than the more expensive stuff that you're demanding. Like you're demanding you're demanding stuff that's way more expensive than what you're complaining about this individual wanting.
Yeah. Yep. Your shoes gonna cost more than this. And I'm gonna have this longer than your shoes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So
all right, let's get into a little controversial type of topic. Now, this is actually based on opinion, so it's really not like. But what's the greatest battle in anime of all time?
Greatest battle?
Oh,
Golly, man, that's a rough one.
why are you doing this to me,
Ugh.
man? You gonna be my
Yeah,
brother.
that's
Why are you doing this to me?
Why?
Okay,
'cause there's
how about this? How about this? Compromise. I'll give you compromise.
All right.
I'll give you my top 5.
Okay, yeah, let's do top
Let's
five.
compromise, okay?
Yeah.
I
top
give you
five.
mine. In no particular order.
Mhm.
Piccolo versus 17 from
Okay.
the
You said who?
back out fight. Piccolo versus 17.
17. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Rock Lee Gara. Tune
That one's a pretty tough one for. Yeah, that's up
Yeah.
there. That's
Hiro Yui, Zex Marquise, Epion versus Wing Zero.
you.
Agree.
The first time they meet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
He said, "Look what I got."
Okay, this is y'all probably get mad at me for this, but I'm not lying. Every Kenpachi fighting Bleach.
Yeah.
Look, man,
You're right.
they give him the best fights. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And my last one would have to be just because I went back and watched the original version of this. Now, this is before, because I read the manga for One Piece. I already know about the Joy Boy fight with Kaido. I already know that. But this is, for me, like, my favorite is Kenshin Himura, Makoto Shishio, Rurouni Kenshin. That three episode fight.
Yeah.
On top of the War Refinery.
Yeah.
And the way they ended it, where he still wouldn't kill him,
Mhm.
and even when they did a live action movie, they did a very good job of recreating that. They couldn't recreate it to the T like they did in the anime, but they did a very good job recreating. But that's probably my top 5. That's my top 5.
Okay.
Y'all knew Dragon
All
Ball fight was gonna be in there. Y'all knew that.
All right. Well, no. Let's go. No.
Oh, God damn it. I knew it was coming.
Yeah. I was actually going to have you do it first, but Jay got it.
Let me think.
His head hurt.
Mewtwo versus Ash from Pokemon first movie.
Y'all really doing this to me.
Yeah.
For the simple fact that Mewtwo killed Ash how many times in that movie? 3.
That was crazy. Yeah.
Killed Ash how many times? Like, he just kept killing Ash. I'm like, stop.
That's a tough call. Oh my god, there was so much anime I watched and fight scenes. Good lord. I mean, you kind of hit 3, like Jay. You kind of hit 3 on the head easily because I do agree with 3 of them, with the Rurouni Kenshin, the Gundam Wing, and I forget the other one you said. Damn it. I know those 2 are definitely on the top of my list, but what's another one I seen? I was watching something. For some reason, this one actually sticks to me like glue for some reason because it's kind of. I'm still like wrapping around my head like how, like what just happened. One of the newer ones that just came out, I think it was I think I was telling you about it, Vito, a couple days ago. The one with the 7 blades. The reason of 7 blades. There's one scene, they were actually facing a griffin. It was like 2 people fighting the griffin, and the graphics was so. I forgot the name or the character's name because I'm still learning it and it's still new and fresh to me. That one definitely caught my attention more because of the fact of like it was how so much it was gruesome, but at the same time it was just got to the point where they really had to think a way to fight this griffin off, and having this chick just like, okay, screw it, I'm just gonna change my hair blonde, white, and just freaking go ape shit whatsoever. So that one was actually a very interesting episode. I can't remember the name of the episode, which is still, I think it's like episode 3 or 4. I can't remember which one it is. That was one of them on my list. Oh, good lord, y'all really put me on the spot for this one.
Yeah,
Good
I had to
lord.
really think about it too.
Oh, damn it. But I mean, I'm still like Rurouni Kenshin and the Gundam Wing one with Hito and Epion, and those were good ones too. Damn it. I mean, that's all I can like. There's so many, but I can't really
I
think
know
of why.
that's
Like you,
Yeah,
I gotta go
yeah.
through
like
them,
you
man.
have to put me on the spot like this. Why?
Hey, that's
Like,
why I said it's controversial and it's opinionated. You know what I mean? Like
yes, I
everybody's
know.
gonna have their favorite battles. You know, so there's really not one specific
So yeah,
greatest
I'll
of all
stick to that.
time.
Yeah, I'll stick to that one for right now because I know there's a lot more. I just can't think of it in my head. I'll stick to those three for right now. I'm on like two that Jay has. I'm on the same page with him, but the one I just looked at is really sticks to me that I know easily. But other than that, I can't think of anything. That's all I can think of right now.
All right, Sandstorm, you already know what time it is, man, because you and Brendan used to sit up here and reenact something that that that
Oh, the
well y'all was
Freezer and Goku fight.
yeah. But
Yeah.
all right, so you go ahead with yours and I'll go with my I'll say I got three.
So we're only talking about shows, right? Um,
It can be if it's anime, it can be
well, then the
anything.
Broly's got to be Broly's got to be in there somewhere because that
Which
fight was
Broly?
long.
Which
Which
one?
one?
Because there's two different ones, dude.
You're
Yeah.
right.
The original one, because the original one was just a squash match.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The most recent one.
Okay.
The
Okay.
newer version, because that was a whole situation. Like that.
Yeah.
Like that was 20 minutes of story. The rest is like complete fighting.
But they made it emotional because you like felt bad for Broly when you like started like, dude, I feel bad for this dude.
Yeah,
Man.
just calm down, my brother. Just
Like,
calm down.
no, Pip's like your dad at first because he did that.
Yeah.
Right.
Hold on, because one of these I know, but I gotta make sure that I have it as right because I don't want to give y'all the wrong answer. Best anime fights. Oh, I got one that's so sly. I got one that's so sly. So one of them I will say is Ichigo versus Ukiura.
That's good.
Yeah.
That one was way out there. That's two, right? I got Broly and
Mhm.
I will say what's my man's name from Initial D?
Fucking, I hate you.
Yeah. What's his name? What drives the Red Suns? That first match, man. That was the set off right there. That was the set off right there.
I can't remember the name. Oh my god! I know you
I
talking
hadn't seen
about
Initial
too.
D in so long.
You know, I had to pull out some stops on you.
Yeah, I hadn't seen because when everybody was loving Kira and all them others, I'm like, dude, Initial D is off the chain. Y'all
It's off the chain. Takumi and is it Kenji? No, Takumi and
Ryosuke, but it's someone else.
Hold on, I got you. No, I can't think of his name. But you know who I'm talking about though.
I do.
Drives the yellow whip. He thought he was going
Wait,
like,
it's Ryosuke.
huh? Is it?
Is it Ryosuke? I think
Ryosuke. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah. Yep. That's it right there. That's it. That first, my man's goes down the corner like a roller coaster. He's like, how did he even do that? Yeah, that was the setup. That's three. I want to say almost any final fight that came from Demon Souls, because those are epic in themselves.
You mean Demon Slayer?
Or Demon Slayer, thank you.
Okay.
What is one that is like, yeah, this is it? I don't know if we've really had one of those lately. So I'm trying to think back in my bag. When were we all collectively like, I'm gonna
Tournament
say
of Power.
No, well, yeah, Tournament of Power really turned up because we were anticipating that it was going to be another Super Saiyan level.
Mhm.
But I'm actually gonna say, even in that, I'm gonna say Super Saiyan 3, because at that time, I feel like a lot of people knew about 4, but like we really didn't really know what the 3 was going. And my man's was powering up for like 45 minutes. Like
2
it took a
episodes.
show and a half for him to get to that 4. my man's throat was running dry, and they had to hit him with some water while he was scrubbing.
The fun thing about the whole Tournament of Power, like as much as I like the Jiren and Goku fight, I thought the Goku Frieza fight where Goku first turned Super Saiyan was way better than that.
Oh yes,
Oh yeah.
yes.
I'm like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, like
Especially when he got mad and his eyes went white.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like,
But well, because that was the first time we saw Super Saiyan. Like
yeah.
they was talking about it, but we ain't know about it until that point.
Yeah.
Until Frieza let his racism just get too much.
Yeah. He was like, "You're too racist. You're too racist."
I'm like, Frieza kept calling them monkeys like, I was starting to get offended. I'm like, bruh, is somebody gonna stop this dude? They just kept calling them monkeys. I'm like, hey, dog, I'm about to cut this off.
One more time.
One more time, bro.
Making me feel. Hey, at least he wasn't calling the green ones monkeys, though.
He might as well. He might as well when he was doing it. Y'all must have forgot how Frieza was going in. You're like, bro, the other funny thing about when Goku actually called him out, I'm like, why you keep calling me a monkey?
Right. I ain't got no tail. You don't see no tail back here.
Why you keep calling me that?
Negro, I mean monkey.
Team 4-star.
Honorable mentions to Hunter x Hunter, because there's a few in there that's decent.
Yeah.
I got a few decent fights too. I was gonna say Naruto's in there somewhere. Oh, the pain fight. The pain fight was really,
That was good.
The pain fight was really good.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's been a while, I think, for us as a whole, where we've had One Punch, season 1, him against my man's the alien dude. That one.
Oh, the
yeah.
the
That
dude at the end. What was
yeah.
it? Something King or what was it?
Yeah.
King or something,
Yeah, the Pirate King.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was playing with that man. I was like, golly, this boy just having fun. Like, but yeah, I don't. It's been a while since we've had one of those like get out the room and be like, woo!
I mean, the last one like that for me was Rock Lee Gar.
Yeah, because that one, when you said that one was off. You know what I would say? I would say the only one that met the anticipation but didn't execute it on the hype was the Sasuke Gar one. Because you knew at that point, you were like, oh,
this is going to be off the chain. And they're like,
and it didn't
I want to see Rock Lee versus Gar again.
Yeah. He came back with Kakashi, and you were like, "Ooh,
oh, this is gonna be good." Like, man, Rock Lee would have folded this dude by now. Man, what's taking so long?
Yeah. He said Sharingan, and you were like, "Yes, I'm here for that." Nothing happened.
Then I was waiting for Urarenge. I'm like, bro, is somebody gonna open some gates or something? Please, please, because please get this little emo boy and get out here and bring in the real champ. Real champ, please. The real champ will finish all of this.
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna get my 3 real quick. Dang, that is kind of hard. Let me see.
So it's hard for you now. I thought he would
it
already have the list out. Like, oh, it's easy. It's okay. 1, 2.
Oh no, I do, but I want to see what order I want to put it in. You know, what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like it's kind of like, I don't think it should be in any order. But anyway, Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Goku.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh yeah,
that was a good fight.
Clown.
Especially with the whole especially when you realize like the background to it, and like Vegeta was really trying, and
Yeah.
Goku, and instead of Goku just being like, dude, you can't see, instead of him just telling the truth,
Yeah.
instead of Goku just telling the truth,
Lied to him.
he lied to him.
Yeah.
And you're like, bruh. So like, yeah, because that fight was so good, and then at the end when Vegeta realized he lied to him and he went off on Goku when they had to fight, be like, nah, I ain't teaming up with you, man. You lied to me. Like, well, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Like, Goku, man.
We both Saiyans, bro. You
Yeah.
should know what that does.
Right.
You should know what that does to a person.
So yeah, that was a good fight. That one was a good fight.
Yeah, definitely. My next one is Master Gundam versus Shining Gundam.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a good one.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy one. That
Erupted.
had me that had me running. yeah. That had me
he was
running
going
out the
hard.
room. I was like, oh.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
going
no,
hard.
that was crazy. And Huey versus Uncle Ruckus.
Huey. Oh yeah, the first time.
The
you seen that,
ending
yeah.
of the episode, or the one in the middle, or the fight in the middle.
The fight in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I was actually
I'll say the whole
really
episode,
ready
but
when
that
he
joke
was.
was crazy.
When you put, you the only one who missed the mystical arts and I
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on, first of
I
all,
was like, yes.
hold up.
You supposed to be white. What?
Yeah.
No. I
Chuck
didn't
Norris,
know that.
that's where he learned it from.
Oh, but no. That's an honorable mention. But I I really thought this is crazy. I mean, even though it was lopsided, it was crazy within itself. But Piccolo versus Cell.
Oh,
When,
yeah.
when he
The first
met him.
time?
The first
Yeah,
time.
the first time.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the first time. So that was like, oh, he about to do it. He about to do it. And then we know what happened. So
Yeah.
and an honorable mention, it's not a fight, but I'll say it was the move that had me like, oh my God. And I call it Sandstorm. When Goku said Ka, you may.
Oh, when he dunked on my man, I forgot about that. Yo,
He did a little spin on top of the little blast. It was like,
that deserves,
Yeah.
that deserves. We ain't never seen nothing like that.
You
Man.
talking about when he was fighting
Kefka.
Kefka?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Kamehameha to the face.
Yeah.
They had to replay it.
Dude, they had to replay.
Oh, golly.
Because the funny thing about it was, I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, he about to get blasted, and like he's riding the damn beam with a Kamehameha in his hand.
Yeah.
It's right in her face. I'm like, oh, it's over.
That was crazy.
Oh, it's over.
That was
Yeah.
nasty. He straight Shaquille O'Neal dunked on her face.
Yeah.
All she could do was just be like,
Oh, she was like in the mood. She was caught. I'm like, yeah, you caught.
Hey.
Hey, nothing you can do. You are caught.
oh
Yeah.
man.
Honestly, I wouldn't have thought Goku would have been that savage with a blast like that. You know what I'm saying? To me,
Yeah.
that's a
Cell.
Vegeta move.
Cell.
I mean,
He did
besides,
that
Yeah.
woman, he did that woman right in his
Yeah, he
true,
did
true,
instant
true.
transmission in his face.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Goku has the ability to do it because he is a Saiyan. We forget that he's a Saiyan because he's so damn stupid. But
Yeah.
but when it comes to
Yeah.
a fight, he do like, especially if it's like a serious fight. And that whole tournament, after
It was
you saw,
life or death.
after you saw what they did with the two little bad kids in the universe, now you're like, wait a minute, did they just really commit genocide in front of everybody? And everybody stopped there like, why they stop? You just killed your people.
Yeah. They all dead.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is like serious. Like, yeah, they not playing.
Yeah.
So these little toddlers ain't playing. So
Mhm.
y'all better get ready to fight. Y'all only got 40 more minutes.
Right.
Entertain me.
Who is gonna be the last one standing? 'Cause
Yeah. So it's usually when it's like that. That's when you like, okay, yeah, Goku getting serious. He's not playing around. He actually remember who the hell he is. So
Yeah,
I can yeah. But they don't do it. They do a good job in that series of not showing him do that.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
So when he does, it's like, oh yeah, this person deserved what they got.
Yeah.
Like they deserve what they got because you was asking for it. Because he ain't like that. That other dude that look like Don King, he bought that life. Goku,
Right.
Goku play.
He was riding, man. He made her ride that wave all the way to the stands.
Yeah,
That was
because
yeah.
he put it right in the
It's
stands.
always the dopest when, and it's not even just Dragon Ball Z now that I think about it. Whenever they do a power or a move against somebody else and you stuck in this position.
Yeah.
The moment you stuck in this
yeah,
position,
yeah,
it's over with.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like we've seen this so many times. They try and let me
Nope.
close my
Nope.
That was a whole 2 episodes of Frieza.
Yeah.
The only person who ever did that was Broly. Broly just like punched through it and just pushed him in the face.
Yeah.
That's the only person who
Yeah.
ever did it.
Came
Yeah.
straight through the beam. Everybody
Right.
else just
Yeah.
These weights is too heavy.
Yeah. So all right. So just for us Harry Potter fans, with was it Mashimi, whatever
Mashal
Mashal.
Mashal.
of
Yeah.
magic and muscles.
Yeah. With that anime being possible, and we're seeing Harry Potter in anime form, would you like would any of y'all like a real anime of a Harry Potter?
Depends on what studio's doing.
Or not even Harry Potter. Let's not say Harry Potter. Let's say the Wizarding World.
It depends
On
on what
that level.
studio's doing it.
As long as it's not Fairy Tale. That's all I can say. As long as it's not Fairy Tale.
And it depends on what studio is doing it. Like if you're gonna tell me like Photable, I can see Photable doing it, but I wouldn't want like Mappa or like the Fairy Tale. I forgot who does Fairy Tale.
Yeah.
Toy could probably pull it off.
Toy will
But
be okay.
Toy got too many other. They got so many big ones. I don't think they have time to do it. To be honest.
Mhm.
Right.
But yeah, like it just depends on who does it, because that does play into it. Because like there's some studios like I would not give certain properties to. No.
Who did Mob? Who did Mob?
That was, I think that was Bones at the time. Mob
'Cause I
Psycho.
don't-
The first
yeah, yeah.
the first season. I want to say that was Bones with somebody else. There was 2 studios that did it. That was collab.
Because I was gonna say that they wouldn't be too bad at it either. I like how they handle Mob and kind of the extremities of
Now
the
I think about
mindsets.
the team the studio that does Monster could do it. They
Yeah,
can do
they
it.
really can.
Yeah,
They really
for
can.
sure.
They can handle it themselves.
It's just like the only thing with Monster is it's basically One Punch Man meets Harry Potter. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally One Punch Man meets Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And it did get Greenleaf for season 2. Yes.
Thank
So
goodness. Thank goodness.
yeah, because that dude's hilarious. Monster's hilarious, dude.
It's I think it's cool when, because it's Mosh, is Mob, and One Punch Saitama. They all have this like clueless mindset about them, but I think it really adds a whole lot of character to them because they're the most straightforward characters that you can find. Like, you don't really, on the surface, there's not really much to them. There's not really much to understand. Like, okay, what's this guy's like MO? Like, where is he going? Like, what is he doing with this? They just flat out tell you, Saitama, I just want to be a hero for, well, he used to say for fun, but he's a professional hero now. Mash, he wants to just change the world. Like,
Well, he don't want anybody to. He wants to live in peace. He don't want anybody to bother.
Yeah, and and Mob is just like, use your powers for more than just trying to bully people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's, but they all have like these like underlining, like you get some words from Saitama and he's like, yeah, and everybody else is like, I'm so inspired. But yeah, it's nice when you don't have a character who's like more on the lines of like you know, old school, like a Inuyasha, like who's got like these so many layers to them, and then you find out like, man, this dude is kind of a dick. Like,
Yeah.
Him and his brother.
you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's nice when you know the characters straight out and what they're about, like straight into the thing, and you don't really see like layers where you're like, but are you really cool though? Is that your girl or is that your girl? Like,
Or when your ex show up, you just completely forget about the girl.
right. Because you know you just went out on a date with her, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and your ex showed up and you don't even know her name no more.
because if I was you, I'd just pretend like oh, she got reincarnated. So I thought that was you, baby.
The one thing about Inuyasha you can't give him no, he really did not give a damn about Kagome when Kikyo showed up. He did not.
He did not. He did not
give a damn about that
every
girl.
single time she'd be like, maybe he'll choose me this time. Nope.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Like I'm the new her. You're not.
No, you ain't. Look, you 15, she 25. There's a difference. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a difference.
Right. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
man. All right, guys. It's reaching that 2 hour mark. So
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
So part 3. We'll have a part 3. We'll definitely have a part 3 because anime can definitely keep going on. I think I want to make this a series. Like, you know, we maybe meet up with this one maybe once a month.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No,
That's
man.
New anime comes out like
Every exactly.
every month.
And it's
So.
almost time for the fall stuff to start because the fall
Right,
stuff starts in October. So
Yeah. So I think we'll make this more of a and I think we'll go directly into it. We won't have like hip hop or anything before it. We'll go directly into it so we have more time to actually talk about these topics or whatever. But definitely I want to do a part 3. We'll definitely sit down and you know what I'm saying, figure out the time and then get it going from there. But anyway, before we get up out of here, Noto, I want you to start off with pimping out some stuff. Plus, hold on. Before Noto pimps it out, if y'all haven't, please go over to Noto because he's hard working on this. And he's been like every single day he's on. Like, I mean, it's almost like brushing his teeth. You know what I'm saying? He's constant. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, you know what I'm saying? If you want to watch some gameplay, you know, he's doing Chronos Trigger right now. On Mondays, he does the
that DDR workout.
Yeah, DDR or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Definitely check him out, man. He's definitely consistent. He does good work on his stuff. You know what I'm saying? He has a new what was it, 3D caricature you having?
Yep.
Like put into your so
Yeah.
he got some new things on the way. So definitely go over there, but I'm gonna let him do the rest.
Yeah, so okay, so basically, like I said, Mondays I'm still doing the DDR workout, so that's been very fun to do. Yeah, this week I've been a little rusty. Like last week was surprisingly longer than I expected, and went all out. And trust me, Vito can vouch for it. I went crazy this week. It was a little rough for me, but I'm gonna actually have fun with that. So Tuesday and Wednesdays I do Chrono Trigger. So I didn't do this Wednesday because we were working on some lights inside the house in the kitchen, so that took longer than expected. So I didn't expect it. So I end up streaming it actually today. So I got the other half. So I'm actually the title I was working on was basically called, or the save file was called the Breaking the Seal, which basically I had to go back into the what's it, the 1200s, I think it was, the magic seal and everything else. So that's where I'm at now. I'm basically in the cave. I'm at the mountains right now and getting ready to fight the boss. But I saved right before I get ready to fight the boss before I have to go do this. So there's that. What was it? I think it's Thursdays and Saturdays. I am doing now Metroid Dread is what I'm playing.
That's what it was. Okay.
Great game.
So I won't actually stream tomorrow because I'm going to be doing some stuff, and I'm actually going to be heading to the arcade here in Atlanta round one, because there's like a ton of stuff I got to plow through of music and stuff. So I haven't decided if I am going to stream it, but if I am, it's going to be a nice little test out this new phone of mine's. So yeah, so that's gonna be fun to play with. So yeah, I'll be doing that. And then the only thing that's actually different is that, like I said before, this room is going to be moved next. So I'm going to be having all this stuff going into the garage. So we got to finish doing all the cleaning. We're going to put down the epoxy. I may debate on actually painting it. Just to be, I haven't decided yet. I'm going to have to discuss with my mother. But yeah, we're going to have that done. And then everything here. So you'll have see up. So next time we do this, I might still be in this room or I might be in the garage. So everything will be set up and ready to go. So it shouldn't take me long to set that up. But yeah, so that's my setup for right now. But still, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Chrono Trigger, Thursdays, Saturdays is Metroid Dread, and Mondays is the DDR workout. So as I say, my DDR pad's there, and it's been great.
All right. Jay, what you got?
Winging It Podcast, Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll probably do a little live streaming tomorrow. I meant to do something today, but I kind of got busy working on some stuff and just didn't get around to it. No idea what I want to play, so just show up. Other than that, yeah, I don't really have anything. I may do a review of Blue Beetle because I'm going to watch that tomorrow. So I may do a review.
I forgot that it's out now.
Blue Beetle either Sunday or tomorrow afternoon when I get back. It just depends on how I'm feeling after I get out of the movie. I heard good things, so I'm hoping it's going to be good. I'm really hoping it's a good movie. So hoping for Static Shock. So
man, that would be crazy.
That would be dope.
So if this one does good, maybe maybe they'll be like, hey, we bring on Static because we need another young one. So
yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's probably what I'll do. That's all I got planned. But Winging the Podcast, Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right, cool. Sandstorm.
So on the channel, we are giving away 2 8x2 16 gigabytes total, 3200 megahertz T-Force RAM. So if you have not gotten into the drawing, make sure you do so, because that ends, I believe, the middle of next month. So you have some time, but just don't take too much time, because before you know it, it'll be over with. Tomorrow we do have a Stormcast, which should be pretty fun. Where we're going to be talking about some things, having a little bit of fun on the channel, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then Sunday, as you know, the Winging It Podcast, with all our favorite people, the host of the Winging It Podcast, Jay, of course, myself, man, I'm like for blanking on people's names. Andre, the game idea know-it-all, knows everything ahead of time. My man's knows the future. You can call him Andre Cable, if you will.
What did Shadow call him yesterday?
Nostradamus. Yeah. He's been to the future. He's seen it. So everything that he predicts is not really prediction. It already came true in the future. He just came back to tell us. That's how that works.
Pretty much Trunks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Trunks. Yeah, he is the Trunks. Jack as well. He's got his single out, so make sure you check that out. And then Shadow Fox, of course, the infamous the Vegeta of the group. I feel like he's starting to get a little darker than that. Who's darker than Vegeta at this point? Like, but Vegeta ain't even dark anymore, really.
He's really not. That's too dark.
No, that's too. Yeah, that's too dark.
Too
He ain't
dark.
that dark. He ain't.
Uh,
He definitely ain't Black Frieza. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
all right, give him Jaren then. I mean, he's not dark, but you know what I'm saying. He's
Okay, Jaren
strictly
will
down
work.
to Jaren kind of suits him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
work.
Pretty
okay,
much.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, he's a Jiren of the group. And then as well, Vicky, the neighborhood troll. Make sure you definitely follow her fangirl reviews. So, and then you may or may not see me on Monday. Chances are you probably won't see me on Monday on the Juices Blues podcast, but I will be back there, starting school. So yeah, I will be there on 9 o'clock p.m. or no, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's all I got.
All right. And you already know what this is. You know, we go our Beetle variants on Thursdays, Beetle verse on Fridays. I live stream played some games yesterday, so that was my first time doing that. If you haven't checked that out, and stay tuned for some more Beetle verse or Beetle variants music. So that's all I got, and we'll see y'all next week. Thank you guys for coming. Peace.
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 Peace.